Yeah, buddy. Them bighorns are starting to pop out. Ah, that's my first views of them right there. They big. We in Wyoming up by Sheridan. We almost to our stopping point. Tomorrow kicks the season off. I'm pumped. Holy cow. I've seen some antelope, some buffalo. I don't know if they were free range buffalo, but they were buffalo. So we're good. I've had a lot of time to sit here and think, try to put a plan together. I've never been here. First steps on the ground tomorrow. A solo hunt that honestly I have not been able to put a whole lot of time into e-scouting. So I got a couple spots I'm gonna start with. I got a week to get it done. We'll see. We'll see. It's 99 degrees right now, super hot. That would make for tough deer hunting. By Friday night, it's dropping down to lows in the upper 30s, low 40s. That's at the base level. That's not up in the mountains, up in elevation. So it's I'm gonna suffer. There ain't no way around it. It's gonna be painful. I can't wait. Woo! Man, I'm pumped up. Well, hopefully we'll have some good videos. Big thanks to Katie. Big shout out to her. She always supports me coming out here. I'm gone for a good bit on this one. So she's having to take care of all the house duties. I can't thank her enough. Lets me come out here and get my therapy on. So hopefully I'll put up some good stuff for you. Hope everybody's doing good. I'm doing great. Love you. It's early. We heading in. Didn't get a whole lot of sleep. Too excited. Today's gonna be all about scouting, so we'll see what happens. First steps in the Bighorn Mountains. Yeah. If I don't get a deer this week, it's still a success. Putting it together to just make it out here, put my feet on the ground and give it a try. It's a success. It's gonna be a great week. Let's see what we can do. I gotta tell you, first steps in the mountains, and within an hour I'm seeing deer. Here I've got a couple does I was able to film and got lucky enough to get up on this group of little bucks. And you know, I was pumped. That gave me a lot of confidence. So I watched them, and there was a couple decent ones in there, and I decided, hey man, this is something, you know, even though it's more than one, I think I want to make a move on it, and made the call, and honestly made one heck of a stalk. I was surprised at how well I did, how close I was able to get. And you know, so you'll see here in a second, I got right up on, and we're still looking at these does, but there's a buck bedded in between these trees. You can't see, he doesn't have the biggest horns in the world, but I mean, I was able to get right up to him. Man, it's been an exciting morning. There's should be a video of some of the does I saw. And then I got up on 8 bucks, 2 of which would have been shooters. They weren't big, but I'd have been happy to have one of them for my first spot and stalk with a bow in a place I've never been. So I watched them for an hour and a half. They bedded down, put a stalk on. Didn't have to be a long stalk. They ended up circling way back around closer to me than when I first saw them. But I had to play the wind and did it perfect. Pretty happy with the outcome, even though I didn't get him. I just didn't have a good shot. He was facing away from me. They were all bedded down, and I got up to within bow range, but all I had was a shot on his spine, and I'm not going to take that. So I tried to adjust, and when I adjusted, they adjusted, and they busted out. And then we played leapfrog for another 30 minutes. I lost my dang binoculars for 20 minutes, and it's fun. All right, bye now. Little quick tip for you on a stalk, when you're getting close, don't put your binos on the ground. Trust me, you'll forget where you put them, and that's an hour out of your day trying to go back and find them if you're lucky.
Go in.
I'm not kidding y'all. I screwed up this morning and I left to go find, I wanted another spot I wanted to take a look at. So I left and I couldn't get access. So I spent almost half my day traipsing around trying to get access to a place I couldn't get to. So it's raining. I decided to come back to where I started this morning. I'll fill you in on the story about that on the next video. Unbelievable. Don't leave deer to find deer. It's just stupid. Don't do it. All right, the story. I told Katie, coming back, I'm back where I started. There's deer in every field I came by. I saw 2 freaking bruisers. I'll put them up. I mean, big whitetails. So I parked my truck. I look out and I started on the different side of the mountain from where I was this morning. And I get 10 yards and I see that group that I had this morning out grazing. So clearly they didn't get messed up by this morning's activity. Well, I went another 20 yards and a freaking 11 point stepped out. The biggest whitetail I've ever would have had a shot at. Had a kicker off one side. And I had him. He went up on the dang hill. I came around the side of him and had him at 46 yards. And it was almost over, and his freaking buddy that was just as big stepped out and saw me. And they took off. That's unbelievable. I mean, I wasn't 40 yards from my truck. This is stupid. I mean, it's awesome, but soccer continues. Holy moly, it's raining. It's getting cold. And I'm going uphill. God dang, I hope I see them again.
As you can see, Matt, I had a lot of motivation after seeing those big bucks, and I was going to need it for the way the rest of the day went.
I'm going for the rest of the day. It's raining. Temperature's dropping pretty good. I'm soaking wet. But I just saw 2 monster bucks. I don't give a dang. Told y'all I was gonna suffer. Moving, I got up on those same little bucks from yesterday. And decided not to go after them. I know yesterday I said I wanted to. But then I saw those 2 really big whitetail, so I'm gonna leave these, and we're still in the same little area. It's rained all morning, rained all afternoon yesterday. So just quit. I'm gonna try to, that's nice. And try to get set up somewhere for the rest of the day to about 6 hours of light left. So let's see if I can get these whitetail. If I don't see much of them, I'm probably going to leave here tomorrow and go up in, I think probably up in the mountains. I'm right on the base, not the base, midway up, but I may try to go deep. I don't think there's as many mule deer down here yet. The weather hadn't pushed them out, so I'm thinking they may be higher up, but we'll see. 6 more hours.
So I got soaked the rest of that day, ended up calling it a little before dark and started walking back out, and ended up seeing these 2 monster muleys on private land headed to the truck. But ultimately I think it was a good sign for what's about to come that next morning. And so I headed out, and immediately I'm seeing deer on the road, and get to where I think I can by map, park, and start my walk in to the first field I was going to check out. And this is, what I'm looking at. I'm at the top of the mountains, heading down a little bit, and it was just a beautiful morning. A beautiful stage was getting set, and again, I've said it over and over. I'm so lucky I got this chance.
It's time. Go time.
I see these deer pretty quick moving down, and it was time to perform.
I think I just did it. Oh, it's a good deer. It's a really good deer. Oh my gosh. I don't know how to flip this thing around. I'm looking at him, he's down. Holy cow. He's big. So, real quick, I just wanted to show this pile of rocks right here. They came down this way. I came over straight down this hill. They ended up, I couldn't see them. They were on the other side of that set of boulders. So I came down. The wind was blowing from me to them. But once I got up to the top of that one, peeked over, and they started to bed down.
This was looking down from the rock. This is where I took the shot from. The deer was standing right behind that tree that's standing up there on the backside of that little fall down.
Top of this rock, down the other way, he took off, ran through this bottom, and dropped right down here. That ain't a bad view for deer hunting. What a freaking morning. This is awesome. This is what it's about. We made it happen, man. Holy cow. I'm heading down to him. He's down. I could see him go down. Pretty stellar little morning. There were 5 bucks that came down this group, and I had to stalk down to him. I got on the opposite side of a rock. I thought the wind would bust me, but once I got down to where they were, it was a little different direction. Creeped over the edge of a rock, and there they were, 55 yards out. And perfect shot. Felt good, sounded good. And he's down, and he's big. It's the biggest buck I've taken. It's a beautiful, beautiful mule deer in velvet. So we'll get down here in a second, and I'll show you. Yep. Ah, man, that's a good deer. Originally, I sat here looking over that bottom, thinking someone come out there. And I was wrong. They didn't come out there. Golly, this thing is big. Golly. Holy smokes. Oh man. Thank you. Oh man. First trip. I ain't doing what I did last year. And this is a bigger deer. So we're making 2 trips. About done with the first one. By the way, if y'all, for those of y'all that hunt, get a Cutco knife. Katie got me one for, I think Father's Day. I really don't remember, either Father's Day or Christmas. Oh, either way. It's badass. Really good knife. A little pumped. I can't believe how it's panned out. I couldn't be more thrilled. Obviously, this thing is a beast of a mule deer. A lot of luck, a most of it luck. I made a couple good plays and it panned out, but it was more luck than it was any skill. This is public land hunting right here. I mean, coming away with something like this on public land in a place I've never been. I can't tell you, I mean, it's unbelievable. I'm so freaking lucky. This thing's stretching around my whole body. They don't get them like this in Florida. Holy cow, this is awesome. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I got 3 days left. Maybe I'll look, see if there's a cow elk tag available. Just get some more meat. We bringing a lot of meat home for this one though.